Hi folks, Jay here from All About Photography, and today in Lightroom I'm going to show you how I edit my Milky Way Astro shots. I have here a series of 7 shots that I've shot for a Panorama out at Kilkevin late last year. Now there's 6 of these shots are the Panorama, and then I've duplicated the last shot, one with a torch shining and one without, so I'm going to use the one with the torch. So I'll just select all of them and then I'll deselect that second last one, and what I'm going to do first of all is stitch them together in merge the Panorama. So I'll do that. I'll make the Panorama first before I do all the editing. Okay, we'll just wait for that to happen. Alright, so there's our Panorama all stitched together. I'll bring that up. It's a bit of an odd shape, but it was shot with a 14mm lens in like portrait modes, tipped up on its side, and I think, yeah, the 6 shots. So what I'm going to do is crop that down, of course. I won't crop it all the way down because I can fill up the blanks in Photoshop. I'll just trim it down a little ways. Across to there probably. Press enter. Okay, so I've left the little white borders around there, but like I said, I'll just throw that straight into Photoshop. So I'll go edit in Photoshop. This will open up Photoshop. Just wait a minute for that to happen. And here it comes. Right, there's our photo in Photoshop. What I'm going to do is just zoom in on that a little ways. Bring it up, and I'll just do one corner at a time here just to show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to use the magic wand tool. I'll just select that. So that's going to select the white part, and I will go edit, fill, and make sure that's set on content aware and the opacity is 100%. I click on that, and what that's going to do is just predict what should have been in there. I'll go unselect that. It's not too bad. Sometimes that leaves a little line. You could faintly see it there, but if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't know it was there. So I'll just do the same with these other 3 more corners. So edit, fill, click on that. Okay, deselect that. That's pretty good. You wouldn't pick that. This one's going to be a little more tricky. Edit, fill. Okay, see what it does with this one. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'll just I'll deselect that and have a look. Okay, so what it's done is cloned that tree that's there and brought it down. So I'll need to fix that up. It doesn't look quite right. So I'll just use the spot healing brush. And I'll just go firstly over this sort of horizon line and the tree. I'll get rid of that so that it'll just hide that out. Turn that in black. I need to make a bigger brush. And I'll just click over and get rid of that bright. There you go. Looks just like another bush that's there. It's got a bit of light from the torch. And okay, back over to the last corner. Magic wand. Oh, not that one. This one up here. Click on that. Edit. Fill. This should just fill with black. Pretty easy. There we go. Right, command minus. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Now, just before I go out of Photoshop, I'll just you'll see there's been a plane fly over while I was taking the Panorama, so I thought I might as well just get rid of that while I'm here. I'll just shrink my brush down, paint over that. There we go. And I will go white spot there. Anyway, file, save. Now this will just save it a copy straight back into Lightroom. So I'll open Lightroom and there it is. So there's our original version with the plane in it and all the white corners, and that version there. So that's a good start. So we've got our full Panorama. Okay, so here's our shot back in Lightroom. So there's the original one with the corners all in white and the plane still in the air. and there's our Photoshop version fixed up. Now, what I'm going to do with this is make some corrections with the slider and adjust the colors and things. So how I would like to edit my Milky Way shots. So the first thing I want to do is make all those stars and the Milky Way brighter. So I'm going to grab that highlight slider. All those are all that light in the sky, there's highlights. All the stars are highlights. So if we pull that highlight slider up, I reckon 3/4 of the way, up into the 70-odd%, plus 70, that will do. And then the other thing I like to do is just bring the whites. So any whites, those stars there, I'll just bring those up. Same deal, probably up about 40. Just to make all that nice and bright, the next thing, of course, I like to do is get the clarity slider. Now, there's a lot of stars there, and that doesn't look realistic to me, so I'll just pull that clarity slider back, and it'll probably just in the early 20s, something like that. It'll just soften those stars a little bit. The other thing I'll do too is grab the contrast slider and do a similar thing. Probably about -20. Same thing, just to soften it all up, so it's not as sharp and as harsh. Right, so that's sort of like what I'll do to adjust the light and the sharpness of the stars. And the next things I'll do is adjust the colours. Now, I always like to see a nice blue night sky, so I'll pull that over into the much cooler shade, just slide it back until I think that's a nice shade of blue. And then the tint, I want to bring that into that pink shades. So I'll slide that up. So we go. I like that. That's a nice shade there. Alright, so that's those. The other thing is all of this foreground, the black, I just like to add to it. It's a silhouette, but I'll just make sure that I pull the black over a little bit and just make sure it's a nice solid black. The next thing I want to do is just enhance those colours a bit. So I'll bump the vibrance up, maybe 15 or so, 15, 16, and the saturation 10, 11, something like that. Right, just to make those colours pop out a little bit. The other thing what I want to do is this Milky Way through here, this all the nebulas or whatever they are, I'm going to use the split toning tool. That, again, like I said, they're all highlights. So what I can do is use this highlights part of the split toning thing, and I can I can choose a colour. So I'll do that, and the intensity of the colour. So probably something like that, 2/3 of the way up. And I like that pink. So we can slide that through. If I slide it through, I can make it more blue, green, back up into those warmer pink shades. But I don't mind that down in those low ends, probably around 5 or 6. Yeah, I like that. So there's a couple of other little corrections I need to do to this. That torch light there, see how it's blown out through the bottom there? It's so bright, such a powerful torch that it's blown out. So the easy way to fix that, they're highlights in a photograph. All those bright areas are highlights. So I can just get my brush, paint over all those highlights, just about where that camp is there, up the side of this tree, where the torch is reflected off all the leaves. So I've painted over that. I'm just going to grab my highlight slider and I'll pull the highlights back. Ooh, that's a bit too much, I think. I might have to just take that, blend that up into there. Won't go so far. Just pull it back softly. Yeah, there we go. And press enter, locked in again. All right, so that's how I like to edit my Milky Way shots. It just brings out all those nice colours and lights and shadows inside those all that star cluster of the Milky Way. Makes all the other stars pop out and then have that nice blue shade. So compared to the original raw file like that, I much prefer that look. So that's how I edit my Milky Way shots. Might just show that as full screen for you, just make it a little bit easier to see. So that's how I like to do it. There are lots of other variations that other people like to do, but that's my way of editing my Milky Way and Astro type shots. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it helps you find a direction for the way you like to edit your Milky Way shots. So thank you all, and come back again next week.